Staying truly informed today,
Hmm.
it feels like navigating a flood, doesn't it?
It really does. Just so much information out there.
And sifting through it all to find the real substance. That's the challenge we all face.
Absolutely.
So that's exactly what we're setting out to do right now. We're diving deep into the Thoma Institute of Information Technology, MIIT, in
That's all
Kerala.
great.
And forget the surface level summaries. We're going to try and dissect what makes this institution noteworthy. We're drawing from the materials we have here.
Okay.
Our goal, for you listening, is to really pinpoint the distinctive qualities of MIT in the education landscape, giving you clear, insightful knowledge you can immediately grasp.
Sounds good. So where do we start? The location, maybe?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Well, what immediately stands out is the intentionality behind MIT's physical presence. It's in Ayur, Kollam, Kerala.
Right.
Strategically positioned, it seems, on the MC road. That's what, 48 kilometers from Trivandrum, 32 from Kollam.
Okay, so fairly accessible.
Seems so. And the campus itself, 25 acres, it's described as very green. And that's not just, a visual detail. It suggests a deliberate effort, perhaps, to create a focused, a conducive learning environment.
Right. Balancing that accessibility with a dedicated space for study.
Exactly. An ecosystem, like you said earlier about these things.
Precisely. It's about the ecosystem as much as the curriculum. And the roots here seem substantial. Founded back in 2002.
Okay, so over 2 decades now.
Yeah. And it's backed by METARC. That's an arm of the Mar Thoma Church, which is quite esteemed.
Right. That adds a certain layer of community backing, perhaps.
And credibility, too. It's affiliated with the University of Kerala.
Yeah.
Approved by AICTE.
Okay, so the standard boxes are ticked. Recognized standards, university connection.
Exactly. It provides those immediate layers of credibility. Okay, so let's dig into who's actually, steering the ship.
Right, the leadership. This actually presents a pretty compelling picture. You've got Right Rev. Dr. Isaac Marphiloxenos Episcopa. He's the president of the Promoting Society, METARC, and also the manager of the Institute.
And his background.
It's significant. Brings a real academic gravitas. We're talking an MTA from Princeton, a PhD from Banaras Hindu University.
Wow. Princeton, BHU. That signals a profound commitment to scholarly values right from the very top.
It certainly does. And the leadership team, well, it's been further strengthened quite recently.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, Dr. Simon George stepped in as director. That was June 2024.
Okay, very recent.
Yes. And he comes with a really strong track record from TA Pay Management Institute. Professor Dean, 32 years experience.
TA Pi, that's a well-regarded name.
It is. And notably, he spearheaded their successful AACSB accreditation.
Right. And for you, a listener, AACSB it's a major global benchmark. It really indicates a high level of quality, particularly in business education.
Absolutely. It's a big deal. And his experience guiding, I think it was 7 PhD scholars, that also underscores a strong research orientation.
Interesting. So that kind of focus could really permeate the institution.
I think so. If we connect this to the bigger picture, Dr. George's experience with international accreditation like AACSB, it suggests a real commitment at MIT to upholding global standards, especially in their management school.
Makes sense. And there's another recent appointment?
Yes, Dr. V.M. Bilkumar. He became principal in May 2024.
Okay, also very recent.
Right. And he compliments Dr. George well, I think. He brings his own extensive 32 years of experience, professor, director, dean, but from the Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies.
Ah, okay. So a different kind of background, but deep local academic roots combined with that international perspective from Dr. George.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It looks like a deliberate and potentially strategic advantage, this combination of leadership.
It certainly paints a picture of experienced guidance at the helm. Now, let's talk about what MIT actually offers students.
Okay.
They have 2 core programs mentioned, an MBA that's in their School of Management,
Right.
and an MCA, Master of Computer Applications, through their School of Information Technology.
So a clear focus, business and technology, key areas.
Very much so. But what are the elements, the things that truly set MIT apart in these fields? What makes them stand out?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. The materials highlight several key differentiators.
Okay.
One that immediately grabs attention is the stated emphasis on faculty. They're positioned not just as teachers, but as mentors, motivators, mentorship.
Yes, and drawing from significant real-world experience that's emphasized.
So less purely theoretical.
That's the suggestion. It points towards a learning environment where you might find more personalized guidance, more practically oriented hands-on projects, potentially quite different from, say, a massive university department.
That personalized aspect, yeah, that seems crucial for really effective learning, doesn't it?
I think so.
They also talk about a streamlined admissions process. Easy, clear, with a dedicated team to help applicants.
That's smart. Making that initial engagement, that first step, as easy as possible. It could be a significant factor for prospective students, navigating all the application stress.
Definitely removes a barrier. Absolutely. And looking beyond the formal curriculum, the student community seems really active. That's highlighted.
How so?
Their involvement in tech and management fests. It's positioned as more than just, extracurricular fun.
Right, not just letting off steam.
Exactly. The materials frame these as tangible platforms for skill development, for industry networking.
Networking opportunities. Crucial.
Crucial. And fostering a collaborative spirit that goes beyond just classroom assignments.
That makes sense.
Ah.
Do the materials give specific examples, though, like successful projects or industry links from these fests?
That's a good point. They mention them as key platforms for showcasing talent and fostering interaction, which strongly implies connections are being made, but no specific examples jumped out from what we have here.
Okay. But the potential is clear, and when we tie this back to the quality of their programs, MIIT's track record is pretty compelling.
How so?
Consistent achievement of top ranks within the University of Kerala.
University ranks. That provides concrete evidence, doesn't it?
It does. That kind of sustained success, it suggests a really deeply ingrained commitment to academic rigor and, well, student achievement.
You don't achieve top ranks consistently by accident.
Exactly. So how does this academic foundation then translate into, actual career opportunities for the graduates?
Well, the placement cell seems key here. It's highlighted as playing a critical role in guiding students.
And the recruiters.
The list is quite prominent. We're talking TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Capgemini, Cognizant, Experian, HCL, even ICICI Bank.
Okay, those are big names.
Yeah.
Major players in IT and banking.
They are. The fact that these organizations are listed as regular recruiters, it strongly suggests a good alignment between MIT's programs, the MBA and MCA, and what the industry actually needs.
Yeah, it implies graduates are likely hitting the job market with relevant skills and qualifications that are recognized.
Precisely.
Now, they also mentioned something called the Buddy Tutor Program. What's that about?
Yes, that sounded interesting. It seems focused on collaborative learning. Knowledge exchange.
So students teaching students.
Essentially, yes. It's structured to encourage students to support each other's learning, fostering an environment where knowledge is actively shared, maybe reinforced among peers.
That's quite a proactive approach to, strengthening understanding, going beyond just lectures.
Right. What's noteworthy there, I think, is the understanding that learning isn't solely top-down, from professor to student.
Mm-hmm.
Encouraging that peer-to-peer interaction, it can often lead to a more nuanced grasp of concepts. Students explaining things in their own words.
And maybe exposing them to different ways of tackling problems, too. Different approaches they might not see otherwise.
Exactly, different perspectives.
And it sounds like they're investing in the actual environment, too. Technology-equipped classrooms are mentioned. State-of-the-art computer labs.
Standard expectations nowadays, but important to confirm they're there.
True. But beyond that, they apparently actively host tech and management fests for other colleges.
Oh, interesting. So they're not just participating, they're organizing.
Yeah. Which, not only benefits their own students, giving them organizational experience, but also positions MIIT as a kind of hub within the regional academic community.
That makes sense. Builds their reputation, brings other students onto their campus.
And they also mention infrastructure for extracurriculars generally. Suggests a focus on, holistic development, not just pure academics.
Right. If you consider providing those resources, plus hosting inter-college events, it points to a broader institutional commitment. It goes beyond just delivering the course content.
Yeah, it suggests they understand the importance of practical application, community engagement, and that well-rounded student experience.
Seems so.
Now, practical things matter, too, for students thinking of applying. Hostels, fees.
Good point. They do mention on-campus hostel accommodation, available for both male and female students.
Okay, that's convenient.
And they specifically highlight affordable academic fees. That's a significant factor, right, for accessibility. Opens the door to a wider range of students, potentially.
Absolutely. Cost is always a major consideration.
Indeed. And let's not overlook the library. It often gets glossed over, but it's vital.
True. What do they say about it?
Described as state-of-the-art. A vast collection of physical and digital resources.
Okay, so well-equipped for research and learning.
Exactly. It underscores that commitment to facilitating access to knowledge, supporting not just the formal coursework, but also, individual intellectual exploration, personal enrichment.
Right. So when you piece all these elements together, the location, the leadership, the programs, faculty approach, student life, placements, the specific initiatives like buddy tutors, the infrastructure.
It forms a picture.
It does. It seems MIE is really aiming to be more than just, a degree-granting institution.
More than just churning out graduates.
Yeah. They appear focused on cultivating this whole supportive ecosystem.
Yeah.
One that fosters not just intellectual growth, but also personal development and gives clear pathways to successful careers.
That emphasis on innovation in learning, the comprehensive approach to student success, that seems to be a central theme running through the materials.
I agree.
That's a concise and I think accurate synthesis. The information we have consistently portrays an institution that's actively working to create a positive, effective learning environment.
Yeah, it seems evident in everything from, like you said, the leadership's apparent priorities, right down to the practical resources and support systems they offer students. Okay, so for you, the listener, perhaps navigating the complexities of choosing where to study.
Yeah.
What does this deep dive into MIIT really reveal?
Well, what are the takeaways?
It seems if you're seeking a place that blends a strong academic heritage, the university affiliation, the experienced faculty with forward-thinking leadership.
The new director and principal, the focus on accreditation.
Right, and a supportive, engaged community, the FESTs, the buddy program.
Yeah.
Plus clear links to career opportunities.
Those recruiter names.
Exactly. And these innovative approaches to learning. MIT certainly appears to be a compelling option.
Yeah.
Especially within the educational landscape of Kerala.
They seem to be addressing many of the key factors that contribute to a really valuable, enriching educational journey.
Yeah.
And this prompts, I think, an important reflection for you listening. As you consider your own educational goals, what specific aspects really matter most to you?
That's the key question, isn't it?
Is it the faculty mentorship? Is it the active community? Is it the strength of the placement cell? What holds the greatest significance for your personal and professional aspirations?
A crucial question to mull over. If you are interested in exploring MIT further, seeing if it aligns with your priorities, their website is www.miitayur.org.
MIITAYUR.org.
Correct. And their admission office number is provided as 830-1067-990. 830-1067-990. So you can reach out directly.
Exactly, a direct avenue for more exploration. Well, thank you for joining us for this insightful deep dive today.
Been interesting to explore.